Hey guys, welcome to the first part of Let's Play Super Mario Bros. 3. I don't know why there's no music or no sound. I don't know what's going on. It's really confusing. I booted this game up and was like, hey, I'm playing some Mario Bros. 3. Awesome. And then there's just no sound at all. Oh, there's sound in the game. Don't you even worry about that, but for some reason, there's no sound here. So I don't know what's going on with that. So let's just start the video game and start playing it. So yeah, I'm playing this on the Wii U. I'm playing the Wii U version, but I don't know why there's no sound. But anyway, yeah, let's play Super Mario Bros. 3. Not that original, but something like I've always wanted to play because this is my first video game right here. I think some people probably don't even remember their. Already messed up. Gosh darn it. I think some people. I don't know how many people remember their first video game, but I think everyone remembers the first one they really got sucked into and really played a lot. So there's a chance that this wasn't my first video game, but yeah. So even though I'm like 22, which makes me an N64 kid, and I like being an N64 kid, I really do. We had a NES. Didn't have much money, so when the SNES was big, we had a NES. Because it was like, well, we can't afford a Super SNES, and my dad just like, I think his mate sold him one for cheap. Sold him the NES because his mate went to the SNES, so that means I was playing Super Mario Bros. 3. And I don't know why it's taken me so long to LP this game. It's so classic. It's so classic. I'm really sad that I'm not playing this on the NES, but all of this is like, it's taking me right back. Although again, I really wish I was playing this on the NES. I guess that's why I was secretly hoping, or not LPing it, in that vague chance, or that slim chance that one day I would buy a NES and all would be right with the world. Because I haven't played a proper NES since I had my original one as a kid. And then since then, it's all just been new video games, so I don't know. But it's all so iconic, it's all so classic. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Because I was like, I wanted to LP a Nintendo game, and I was like, well, there's quite a few, but they're all overdone. So if I pick one, I better pick a damn good one that I really like. And then it's like, there's nothing more classic than this game. And then of course I could have done the Game Boy Advance version, but get out of my house with the Game Boy Advance version. Okay, the Game Boy Advance version of this is fantastic, but it looks nice as good saving. Again, it looks really nice. But no, if you're going to do it right, do it right. And I'm not doing it right because this is on the Wii U, so I guess if you're going to do it right, kind of do it right. You can half-arse it if you really want, but, just give it a good go. What a moral to begin with. This is something that makes me, so first thing, I'm not going to be using the flutes. Everyone knows about the flutes at this point, but when I was a kid, I had no idea about the flutes. Because when I got my N64, I got it when I was 6. So I was playing this game up until I was 6. So I didn't have, magazines. I didn't have friends, or whatever, to tell me about the flute. I've never seen The Wizard. That stupid film that I've never seen. So, how was I supposed to know? So I never knew about the flutes. Because back in the day, that's just kind of how it went. Always go the middle one. That was a poor choice, but you always go the middle chest. But yeah, so if you didn't know something about the game, you just didn't know it. And I don't know, I guess that's probably why in general I don't like the whole idea of playing a game that you need to find out, like you need to speak to someone to find out all the tricks and all the secrets. Because back in the NES, that's what you had to do, but when I was playing NES games, I never did that. So if I didn't beat a game, I just didn't do it. Not that I was like a lonely kid who never, got that done. It's just, by the time I was old enough where I was at school talking to older kids, I'd already played a NES and was done with it. I was already N64. So the idea of playing a game that you're supposed to talk to people about and get, I guess, that sense of community just doesn't appeal to me. I don't like the original Zelda. I think it kind of sucks. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't like what it kind of tried to do. Because Miyamoto said, he was all like, this is a game that I want people to talk to find all the secrets. You're not supposed to find it by yourself. But Super Mario Bros. 3 was like the only NES game I had that I could actually properly get into. Because I could just sit there with a controller and you just play it. Sure, I didn't know about the flute, but it's a platformer. So all you have to do is get to the end of the stage, and that's about it. Although actually in this game, I think it's like the first one. Maybe Super Mario Bros. 2 did it, but I think this is the first game that like had puzzles that you had to figure out in the levels. I guess you could argue Super Mario Bros. 1 with Bowser's Castle at the end there kind of was a puzzle, but I don't know. But it's just, it just brings me back, because all of this is, you would play, right, I'm not really breaking anything down new, because that's another thing that's kind of sad about this game and other retro games. Well, not sad, but there's no surprises anymore, right? With LPers such as myself and a lot of other people, I personally don't get, like, there's no mystery to games anymore. Like, everyone knows Super Mario Bros. 3, but before the internet, back on, like, I don't know, the GameCube, I know there was internet, but there wasn't LPers. Before LPers, people didn't know about, like, these sort of games. They would have heard of them, but never would be able to experience it because there was emulators. But again, you had to be like an internet guy, and not a lot of people were. Only nerds were. Rich nerds, and they're the worst. But anyway, back on track. Super Mario Bros. 3. Okay, I was making a lot of half points there. But yeah, so I would just play this world so often. Like, the sad thing about this world is that it's so quick that I'm, playing it nowadays and playing quite a lot in those games as well. Had the whole thing where the game wasn't that long, but it was just tricky and cryptic. So you would have to play, just tricky, and you would get game overs, and when you died, you died. And also this game you couldn't save. So you would play this first world over and over and over again. And I loved it every single time. Like, every single time. I don't know. Maybe it just it proves both how good this game is and how psychotic kids are. Like, I'm not going to say, oh, this game is so good that as a kid I played it a lot. No, that's how kids are. But I would play this first world so much. Because I wasn't just automatically really good at it. I was too young to be. But now as I'm older, I'm just going to burn through it. Like, I've already done like 5 levels. Which I don't like. I want to experience it more. But I think you kind of, like, I completely messed up and I wasn't even paying attention, so no lives for me in the future, I guess. But yeah, so, like, you kind of get that, or the last time I saw that in a game, where you play it over and over and then you get this, like, attachment to the beginning of the game. You don't get, like, with this game, you don't get sick of it. Or with any game where you have to play it over and over again because you keep getting game overs or you turn it off or whatever. You don't get sick of it. It's, like, exciting. It's fun to be able to just beat levels normally or whatever. But no, the only time I've seen that sort of thing recently is that I had a friend. I still have a friend. He didn't die and we're still friends. I don't know why I said had. Where he would play Oblivion a lot. Like, I would go to his house, he would load up Oblivion, it was like his favourite game, and that's what we used to do. Or mostly him. It was his 360, I didn't get a say in the matter. Didn't want to say in the matter, so that's okay. Oh god. Nice. Nailed that. Yeah, he would just play it over and over, because he liked to experience new characters. So he would just be like, oh, I'm bored, I'll make a new character and play it through again. And then, of course, you would always have to play through the beginning bit. And then, also in Oblivion, you also have to play through, like, the beginning part when you escape. And then you got to play through the arena, because it's the best way to level up and whatever. But, like, he enjoyed every single time. And that's pretty cool, and I enjoyed watching it. It was cool to see it over and over again. But I can't do that now. I can't think of an example. Super Mario Bros. 3, this is awesome. And I like how much Toad seems too tall. I don't know if it's meant to be comically floating in the air because he's freaking out, or if he's just really tall, but either way, I don't like the way he looks. Not that I judge people by looks, of course, but I do judge mushroom men by looks. They're scum and I want them out of my neighbourhood. That's all I'm saying. But just like all the subtle stuff in this game. Like, even though we're so, 10 minutes in? To a little kid, to someone who was younger, all this kind of stuff meant everything. But what's interesting though is that I'm saying all this stuff about this game, right? Like how awesome it was to play it when I was younger, how much I enjoyed it. But somebody's going to be saying that with a game like Super Mario Galaxy, right? Like, they're going to be like, oh man, I remember, oh, I got hurt. That's not good. I remember when I was really young and I played Super Mario Galaxy for the first time. And then it has that beginning bit, or even Super Mario 3D World. Why not? Let's go all in with recent Mario games. Super Mario 3D World, they're going to say like, oh, you play that first level, and you get the little cutscene, and it's so good. And I may die to this guy. Nope, he's dead. Cool. Yeah, everyone's going to break down all the little touches of 3D World and why they love it. But for me, the two Mario games that stick with me from my childhood are this, which is why I'm playing it. Oh, all the music's iconic. But that's what brought me to my point before about 3D World. Someone's going to say all the music from that game is iconic. Oh, it's back in the day where you would have stereotypes. See, that's the interesting thing about Toad again. I don't know why I can't stop looking at Toad. I'm like beginning this part and in that scene I was like, oh, what's Toad doing? Princess Toadstool, if you see any ghosts, be careful. That's good advice. Can't argue with that. Thanks, Peach. Or Toadstool. I meant Toadstool. But yeah, you saw with Toad, right? Because Toad's design came from the genie's design in Doki Doki Panic, Super Mario Bros. 2, and in that part he had the same genie, like, trousers that were all puffy. But of course Toad doesn't have that at all. So that all just came from Doki Doki Panic, and we were still in that phase of moving, or well, like establishing stuff from Doki Doki, whatever. Anyway, that's the end of this part. They're going to be short parts, but that's because I beat a world. Good job me. So I've been HonestTom23. I hope you guys stick around for this one, because it's going to be pretty short, and there's going to be plenty of me rambling about nostalgia until I get to the harder parts, and I'm going to be swearing a lot. Probably not swearing, just being annoyed. So anyway, HonestTom23, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time for more Super Mario Bros. 3.